Holy cow! Oh my gosh! There's no one out there.
On June 8, 2024, YouTuber Groovy Gavin, known for exploring haunted and abandoned places, arrived at the Conjuring house in Rhode Island. His channel often dives into real paranormal legends, but this time, the goal was personal: to stay completely alone, film every hour, and prove whether the haunting was real or just a story.
We call this the seance room because this is where Ed and Lorraine Warren actually had their seance. And they identified multiple spirits as one as well being malevolent. Lorraine called Bathsheba. The parents in the morning said, we feel the house needs to be cleansed. They came in and they all sat right in here. Almost immediately things started going south. After the Warrens left, everything continued.
Before beginning, Gavin gave a quick reminder of what made this place infamous: the true story behind the Conjuring, the Perron family, a suppose. Gavin began his investigation with two half-twisted flashlights, the kind often used to detect movement or energy changes. He explained that if they lit up, it wouldn't be by accident.
Yeah, this is going to be for you. Did you do that?
Do what?
Oh,
They're after you, man.
Because the door literally just swung closed and stopped like.
I'm gonna be fully transparent with you guys. I turn these half on, half off, but they shouldn't turn on when they shake, so there's like it's not just gonna fully turn on randomly. I hear this is where Abigail liked to be.
Abigail usually hangs out here. She's the matriarch of the house. Some nights it's quiet as nothing. Nothing happens at all, and it's just a chill night. Other nights they'll open doors. You'll hear footsteps. You'll hear laughter and giggles of children.
Abigail, I gotta say, I am a big fan. I do want to see something. I want to be completely honest with you. I want to see something crazy tonight. Are there spirits in a different room that would want to talk with me? I keep hearing creaks directly above us.
But one of the things that we do have up here are a couple of children. One of them specifically is Henry. He's around 9 years old. Allegedly, he drowned in the area. You'll hear footsteps and him running back and forth, and you'll hear something like this.
Henry, would you like to play a game with me? Is there anything up here in this room? Come on, Henry. I know you want to play. I'm like the scary one. The ghosts are scared of me.
So this is the middle bedroom. I've laid on this bed for investigations, and I literally felt someone tug on my ankle.
Do I want to get my foot tugged? No. Do I want to lay on a bed right now? So, feel free to tug. Pull off one of my shoes. Whoever's in here, slap me in the face. Kinky. Oh, if it's a kid, that was a bad thing to say. Definitely heard something. Is Henry up here? Is Henry up here? Henry, is that you? That was a very odd time for...
In Abigail's room, known as the matriarch's space, he called out softly and listened. Faint creaks came from above, steady and slow. Nothing else moved. He then entered Henry's room, where a 9-year-old boy was said to have drowned nearby. Gavin stayed quiet, waiting. After a moment, he reported feeling a light poke and hearing small steps across the floor.
Okay, so this shouldn't go off. It does that when it turns on. Alright, well, now I'm alone in the room where someone apparently got possessed. Alright, library. Just ring for a kiss. Okay, anyone in the chair? Oh, wait. No. Oh. It's not the light, is it? Nope, that was something. That was something for sure. That was something. Okay, stay right there. Is there something here? This thing keeps going off. This usually doesn't work at all for me. Is there something you want me to do? Holy cow! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna turn it off. Dude, something's gotta be in this room. Is something here? This is going off more crazy than I've ever seen. Welcome back. It's me, Gavin, and we're ghost hunting. Tonight we're in the Conjuring house in the attic. A lot of people see ghosts here and hit their heads on nails.
I've had things thrown, like I use a mag light when I want to communicate with people. And so in this room, I sit in there, my mag light's on there, and you turn the light on for me. Turned it on like super bright, and flung it right over in that corner. I actually had guests doing an investigation in here, and they had their camera set up on that table. And they're like, oh my God, they just threw my camera.
All right, switching to a night vision camera. Wow, this is freaky. Alright, there's one more thing to try, and that's the most terrifying at all, because that's the spirit box. And it's also, like, it makes noises, which is kind of just scary. We hold down this. I ask questions. Who is here? Is Henry here? Almost sounded like yes, but could have been something else. Henry, do you want to play with the lights? It sounded like no pretty clearly. Where should I go to talk to you guys? Kind of sounded like the woods. Will I get activity in the woods? Always, maybe? Did Ed and Lorraine try to get rid of you? That was creepy. It sounded like me and the little kid voice. Should I go to the basement? Yeah, kind of sounded like. Can I just get like a yes, maybe? No. Okay. Let me turn on the actual camera. Ouch, my butt cheeks. No way.
In the seance room, where Ed and Lorraine Warren once held their ritual, Gavin used an EMF detector. The device flickered between green and red, reacting with no clear pattern. If something's here, show me again, he said. The signal spiked once more. Next came the spirit box, a device scanning radio frequencies for words. Through the static, he caught faint responses. Woods. Then, on your own. He decided to follow it.
Oh, wow. I'm like low-key seeing things a little bit. Hello? Who's here? Is this Bathsheba? Yeah, this is the area that freaks me out the most. I haven't even gone into the forest yet. Dude, I feel heavy down here, man. I feel really bad, like I'm not even joking. I'm now in the basement, about to use the spirit box. One, I do want to see. I want to get you guys the most real evidence I can. Sounded like stop it. Maybe? Is anyone here? Is there anyone other than me down here? Little bit sounded like yes. Is Abigail down here? Kind of, maybe? Abigail's not down here. Kind of? Does that mean her husband is? Maybe, almost? Is this a trickster? Did you like Ed and Lorraine? Danger. You're not wanting to talk about them? I don't believe I'm in danger. I have the Lord. What's my dog's name? Are you a good spirit? Alright, I think I'm about to go to the woods.
In the basement, the air grew still. Gavin switched the spirit box back on. It responded with short, broken words. Stop it. And then, danger. Later, outside in the woods. I am now just, like, in the forest. I couldn't find... There's apparently some gravestones. Alright. This is literally my last chance. I got this in hand. Hello. I am in the forest. My name is Gavin. Is anybody here? That sounded really similar to yeah. Who is out here? Dad? Is this Abigail's husband?
What's your name?
He asked who was there. The reply came through clearly. Dad. Then again, John. Hours later, he learned that Abigail's husband had been named John. Ed Possession, and a seance by Ed and Lorraine Warren that ended violently. In the comments, viewers debated what he'd captured. Some called it coincidence. Others believed it was the most convincing proof yet. A few pointed out hearing a voice say, "You have to leave." Even Gavin admitted the sounds might have come from the house itself. But the timing of that one name still haunted him. If the voice truly knew who John was, then maybe he hadn't been alone at all. Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. In early 2024, YouTuber Luke Explores uploaded a video titled, "I Explored an Abandoned Prison." His channel, focused on urban exploration, often features abandoned and forgotten sites across North America. In this particular video, Luke and his friend visited the abandoned SCI Greensburg Prison in Hempfield Township, Pennsylvania. They arrived early in the morning, hoping to explore undisturbed. The plan worked. For hours, they roamed the empty halls without interference. As sunlight crept through the broken windows, everything seemed calm. But that peace didn't last long.
What are they drilling? There isn't even any cars out there. No. So the weird thing is they are drilling. Whatever they're drilling or cutting, it is coming directly down the middle of this well right here. Like it is like in line with the door. But there is not a unless there's a car that's literally parked right out front. There's nothing there. It's like the weirdest thing, and it sounds like they're drilling underground. There's no cars out there at all. I'm so confused. Like it sounds like they're right below us.
While walking through one of the upper hallways, they began to hear what sounded like drilling or cutting coming from somewhere beneath them. Confused, Luke tried to pinpoint the sound's origin. There were no vehicles or workers in sight, yet the noise echoed directly below. The two speculated that someone might be operating machinery underground, but the idea seemed impossible. There was no evidence of active work anywhere nearby. They cautiously moved toward the lower floors to investigate.
Alright, so we're gonna go downstairs really quick, because that's where it sounds like the drilling's coming from, and it smells like oil, so I kinda wanna run down there and just see if I see anything. Should I run down there real quick? Okay, so literally directly on this side of it underneath us, it's like the sound is like carrying it. There is basically like literally like right here, like an underground pathway that is somewhat lit up that goes like here to here. So they might be doing something like underground or something. I don't know. That might be why they don't have cars here. And that might be why we can't figure out where they are. So I think we should keep going. Oddly enough. What the hell?
The scent of oil hung in the air, and faint light flickered from a lower corridor. Luke theorized that there might be underground maintenance or demolition taking place, though the absence of vehicles outside made the situation more suspicious. Moments later, the sounds grew louder, metallic, rhythmic, and close. The pair decided to turn back, fearing they might attract attention. For a short time, everything went quiet again. They climbed to the roof, scanning the surroundings for any signs of life, but saw nothing. When they eventually descended to continue exploring, the tension returned. Footsteps echoed through the halls.
That's pretty cool. What the heck? Oh my goodness gracious. Here's us thinking that this would be the best day to do this. Oh, so quiet because we were walking down one of the main hallways that was connecting to all the cell blocks, and we thought we were getting further away from them. But all of a sudden, I looked for Kari, and I thought she was downstairs because I heard someone coming up the stairs, and I saw the shadow coming up the stairs of a person. And then I looked, and she was right next to me. And then I heard the grunting, and we just started running, like tiptoe. So we ran into like this little back cell, and we've been hiding here. And he literally walked like on the outside of it. We're not sure if like he just came up and walked out because we heard a truck drive away, or if like they're just still here for some reason. If there's multiple cars here and they're still here, I don't think it's gonna make sense for us to stick around a lot longer. So we're just gonna hope. We're gonna hope they're actually gone. So we're gonna give it one more minute, and then I'm gonna turn the camera back on, get going. So let's explore. You ready? Alright, there's no one out there. Do we want to wait another minute, or do we want to just send it and see if we can see anyone out there? I think let's wait 2 more minutes to play it safe, and then we'll go see.
A human shadow appeared on the staircase, but both explorers were together. Someone else was inside. They ducked into a side room and whispered frantically, realizing the noises weren't from machinery, but from people, likely demolition workers accompanied by security guards. For the next several minutes, they tried to plan their escape.
Literally, he came up that staircase on the right-hand side. You guys see it? Kari, you know that's the front, right? Okay, I didn't realize that. That's why he walked out this way. So, for the third time in like 20 minutes, we were about 5 seconds away from getting caught red-handed because the workers are using the main hallways here. So every time we keep going up the hallway, literally one of them keeps coming up the stairs. But they obviously weren't doing any cutting in here.
Each attempt to move triggered more footsteps and voices. Peering through a window, they spotted a pickup truck parked near the entrance. A guard was sitting inside, effectively blocking their only exit. Trapped, they stayed hidden for nearly 3 hours, listening as footsteps and clattering tools echoed nearby. Finally, the noises faded. The workers and guards seemed to have left. Luke and his friend seized the chance, creeping through the corridors toward the exit and slipping out undetected. Many viewers questioned whether the duo's timing was just bad luck. Arriving the same morning, a demolition crew happened to be on site. Others speculated that the prison might still be under partial surveillance and that they narrowly avoided a serious arrest. The steady drilling sounds and long pauses between activity suggest the workers were dismantling sections underground, unaware of the explorers above them. If Luke and his friend had arrived even 30 minutes later, when the workers were deeper inside the facility, would they have ever realized someone else was there? Or would they have stumbled straight into a confrontation inside the ruins of Greensburg Prison? In January 2024, 2 YouTubers, Zach and May, uploaded a chilling video titled Exploring an Abandoned Bank to their channel Urbex Vibes. Known for documenting their urban explorations across the United States, the pair often ventures into forgotten locations left to decay. This time, their destination was an abandoned bank in Framingham, Massachusetts. Upon entering, they were surprised by how intact the building appeared. Apart from minor wall and ceiling damage, the structure seemed well preserved. Power was still active and several electronic devices appeared to be functional. An uncommon sight in abandoned sites. Believing they were alone, Zach and May carefully moved through the offices and hallways, ensuring there was no one else inside. Everything seemed quiet. Until it wasn't. As they approached the main lobby, Zach opened a door leading to one of the side offices. What they saw inside left them speechless. A woman was slumped face down over a desk, completely motionless. At first, they assumed it was a mannequin or staged prop, but when they stepped closer, they realized it wasn't. The figure had real hair, personal belongings nearby, and the unmistakable stillness of a human body. Panic set in immediately.
Yeah, here's some more offices. And of course, all the lights work. What's behind this door? Oh. What is that? Recorded. Holy bro. Is that real? I don't know what it is. Is that real?
Yo, are you alright?
Is that somebody?
It sure looks like it's somebody.
That looks like real hair. That's a phone and stuff. We gotta go. Oh, we gotta go. Hello? Let's
Are you
go.
alright?
Oh no.
Good crew just might have found a dead body in the bank, bro.
Let's go. I don't know what to do. We're
Let's go outside and let's figure it out. Hold on.
No.
Let's go outside.
No.
Yes,
No.
hold on.
No.
So relax.
I can't.
Relax.
This is the worst.
Relax.
No.
Hold up.
No.
Hold up.
Let's go down somewhere. Oh, my stomach hurts.
Relax. Relax.
Fuck, let's
We need to
walk.
breathe. We
Okay.
need to, no, hold up. We need to breathe. We need to figure out what to do here.
I don't know. Call your mom. We have to cut this real quick. We'll start it again if we can. I don't know.
The explorers began calling out to the woman, asking if she was all right, but there was no response. Unsure if she was unconscious, overdosed, or worse, they fled the room in shock. Once outside, they called the police and reported everything they'd seen. When authorities arrived, they attempted to wake the woman but got no reaction for several minutes. Just before administering Narcan, she suddenly began to stir. Officers later confirmed that she had been under the influence of strong narcotics, explaining her unresponsiveness. Thankfully, she recovered enough to communicate and declined to be taken to the hospital. Encounters like this highlight one of the hidden dangers of urban exploration. Many abandoned properties, especially former commercial or industrial buildings, become shelters for individuals struggling with addiction or homelessness. What began as a casual exploration quickly turned into a potential life-or-death moment, both for the explorers and for the woman they discovered. It's uncertain how long she'd been inside, but their timing may have saved her life. If Zach and May hadn't opened that door when they did, would anyone have found her in time? In places like this, where decay meets desperation, sometimes the scariest thing explorers find isn't the building itself, but the people left behind within it.
This is actually the lady right here. I guess she was on some hardcore drugs or whatever. She was knocked out. Oh man. The cops are nice. I'm actually surprised they didn't do more to any of us, including her. But yeah, they let us out. But yeah, there's a bunch of cops in front of the bank right there.
In this particular video, Tom, from the channel Exploring with Tom, teamed up with a friend to explore the abandoned Pilkington's headquarters in Lancashire, England. The massive size of the facility was immediately apparent, larger than almost anything the duo had previously visited. Its sheer scale promised a long and complex exploration, but it also meant that if they heard or saw anything unusual, identifying the source would be difficult. Still, the two remained optimistic and pressed on with their exploration. During the early part of the video, they found signs that squatters or homeless individuals had once stayed inside the building. Almost every surface had been stripped, and anything of value had been looted or destroyed by scrappers. Despite this, the building initially felt deserted. They neither heard nor saw anything out of the ordinary. They eventually moved to the factory's basement, where they made a startling discovery.
Oh my god. Whoa. This is actually creepy. The big flashlight. That's creepy down here to be fair, isn't it?
What used to be in there?
One sec. What the fuck? It's no way if I get out of here. It's no way if I run.
Inside one of the rooms lay a sleeping bag that appeared to have someone inside. Empty cans scattered nearby suggested that someone was actively living there. Not wanting to disturb the occupant, the two quietly retreated and returned to the upper floors, pausing occasionally to make sure no one was following them. For a time, everything stayed calm. They began exploring the remaining parts of the building, until noises from the upper levels broke the silence.
Yeah, it's all been stripped out, hasn't it? That's them, innit? This part here. What the f? Yo, what the f? That's mad. Holy sh. Please switch off lights when you use. How scary does that sound? What? Yeah, you can leave the light on, yeah? This is insane. They're literally above us. They're above us. Sounds creepy, doesn't it? It's just been blocked off here, isn't it? But that must lead to the other building. Mustn't it? It does as well. It goes further. It goes further.
Heavy footsteps echoed from above, accompanied by clattering sounds. They realized these were likely scrappers actively stripping the building. Between a homeless person in the basement and possible scrappers overhead, the risk of being confronted, or worse, suddenly increased. Deciding it was too dangerous to continue, they cautiously began heading for the exit. Just as they stepped outside, they spotted something disturbing.
Let's get over here. Somebody's there. Right. Hurry up. Come on. That man was looking around the corner, and when we looked over, he moved. So yeah, that what we found before is someone staying there. That's sketchy. Yeah, do you want to wait in the car?
Yeah.
Come on, quick.
He was literally, I saw him peek around the corner and then he went back to hide. He was literally peeking on that corner there.
A man was peeking around a corner, watching them. When he noticed he'd been seen, he slipped back out of view. It became clear that the person they'd found in the basement had woken up and was now leaving the building, apparently aware of the explorers. At one point, they mentioned seeing him staring directly at them before quickly walking away. Recognizing how tense the situation had become, they left the area as quickly as possible. Fortunately, they managed to escape without incident. Urban explorers often expect empty structures, but abandoned factories can still house squatters, scrappers, or even armed individuals. In this case, the duo encountered evidence of both, a live occupant below and scrappers above, creating a volatile situation. It's unclear whether the man they saw outside was simply leaving or had been watching them for some time. If Tom and his friend had stayed just a few minutes longer, would they have had a direct confrontation with the man from the basement, or even with the scrappers above? In places like Pilkington's, how much risk do explorers unknowingly take when stepping into the unknown? In June 2018, YouTuber Hype Mike uploaded a video titled "Abandoned Factory Exploration Gone Wrong." Known for documenting his urban explorations for nearly a decade, Mike had filmed countless abandoned sites across North America. In this particular upload, he decided to explore, and even spend the night, in a deserted factory somewhere in the United States. As he searched the perimeter for an entry point, unsettling noises suddenly echoed from inside the structure.
Did you hear that? So I just heard like a noise from over there. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but it sounded like something banging.
He brushed them off and entered through an open door he soon discovered. Inside, the air was dense and still, with almost no light filtering through broken windows. Every footstep seemed to amplify in the silence. For a while, the exploration went smoothly, until he came across something strange.
What the hell? Is that blood? No way. Noise. That's like either like red paint or like, I don't know what that is. I have a feeling it's like red paint. I don't think like blood's that consistent. What's that? Look. I'm hearing like these weird noises. What was that? Guys, did you hear that? Reached the end of the door and this is like, what the f***? What the hell's going on there? Can you open this? Thing's like busted shut. What the hell? I'm gonna check that out.
What appeared to be streaks of blood smeared across the floor. Disturbed but still rational, Mike continued deeper into the building. Then came another loud noise, sharp, metallic, and close. He moved toward the sound, trying to locate its source, but nothing appeared. No footsteps, no animals, no movement. He assumed it must be the wind or the building's decay.
Like there's like a room over here that I want to check out. What the hell is that? What the f*** was that? Guys, that was loud as f***. I'm gonna keep going this way. I don't know what the f*** that was. Maybe it was like a bird or something. Let's check this out. That's nuts. Okay, that is not a coincidence. What the hell was that? Hello? Hello? Because there's no one here. Okay. I'm just gonna show you the 360 view of this place from the middle. Man, I can't imagine What the f? Guys, the wind. It's nuts. Yeah, this place is massive.
Minutes later, another bang echoed through the warehouse. The sound was far too forceful to be wind. Uneasy, Mike decided to step outside for a moment, only to hear even more banging noises from within. When he re-entered, the sound stopped completely. Hours passed as he searched from room to room. The building remained eerily silent. He finally chose a spot to rest for the night. But then something shifted in the darkness. A shadow moved. When he turned his light toward it, he froze. A masked figure stood several feet away, possibly holding a weapon. Panic set in immediately. Mike ran, darting into a side room and barricading himself inside. Footsteps followed. For several tense minutes, he stayed hidden, whispering in fear, hoping whoever, or whatever, it was would leave. When he finally emerged, the masked person reappeared, this time closer than before. Mike grabbed his gear and sprinted toward the nearest exit. The stranger began chasing him down the corridor. In a desperate final moment, Mike climbed through a window and ran straight to his car, escaping the property without looking back. To this day, no one knows who the masked individual was, or if the event was staged. Some argue the encounter seemed suspiciously timed, especially since the figure only appeared when the camera was rolling. Others believe the fear in Mike's voice was too genuine to fake. Whether it was a dangerous squatter, a hoax, or something more sinister remains unclear. If the man truly existed, what was he doing inside that abandoned factory? And how long had he been watching before Mike ever stepped through the door? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.